2016 ACE Awards, I had the opportunity to come up the elevator with Dominique Morisseau, who has made us so proud on Broadway, gave an excuse for a whole lot of Detroiters to go visit New York last month. It's interesting around the country and around the world, the recognition that's given to the creative talent coming out of the city. We have not always celebrated it as thoroughly as we should have, but a couple of years ago, I had the good sense to hire an arts and culture director. And she is a force of nature. She's put arts and culture center stage as it should be in the city of Detroit. So let me introduce our leader, Rochelle Riley.
I can tell you right now that a year ago February, when Charles McGee died, I was heartbroken because I had not given him his flowers while he was alive, at least not enough of them. So when I told the mayor that I wanted to do this, he was like, absolutely. And so it is to honor Charles McGee and so many other folks who have given lifetimes to the creative genius that has made Detroit what it is to people around the world. So what we're going to do right now is to have the mayor bestow the inaugural ACE Honors Medals on our first class of winners. And I'm going to call your name. You will walk right up so that he can put this right around your neck, take a photo, and then we'll go right to the next one. So we are going to start with Elizabeth Betty Brooks. So from Betty Brooks, she said, everywhere I have ever lived, I did a lot of work in the community. I have always wanted to help others. I am thankful for all the work we see in arts and culture and other areas in the city of Detroit. I love this city. This is my home. I've always had a love for arts and culture, and this is a wonderful honor. Betty Brooks. Oh, it's so cute.
Does she get to say anything? Or that?
No, I'm saying it for everyone, Mr. Mayor. We're rolling.
That's too bad,
Thank you, Betty.
I would have liked to have heard from her.
You will hear from them tonight when I talk to you about the ACE Honors show that's going to be on at 7 p.m. Next, we have the late David DiChiara, and accepting for him is Wayne Brown, president of Detroit Opera. This from David's daughters, Lisa and Christina DiChiara. We are honored that our father is being recognized for his years of building a nationally recognized opera company in Detroit, a city he loved with a passion. In 1971, with the help of many dedicated community leaders and our mother Karen, he launched what would become Michigan Opera Theater, now Detroit Opera. With the opening in 1996 of the Detroit Opera House, our father further demonstrated that the arts can be a key player in a city's revitalization efforts, as it today stands as a proven economic anchor in downtown Detroit. David DiChiara. Now you are getting them together, right? Okay, I'm making sure. The late Robert S. Duncanson. Accepting for him is Marcia Philpott, member of the Board of Directors of the Detroit Institute of Arts. On behalf of the Detroit Institute of Arts, I am honored to accept this posthumous award for Robert Scott Duncanson. His work is a cornerstone of the DIA's African American art collection, and I thank the City of Detroit and Mayor Duggan for honoring his artistry and legacy. Robert S. Duncanson was the first African American to be recognized in the 1800s as an internationally famous artist.
All right. They wanted to accept, but it wasn't them.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. Next, we have the late Leroy Foster. Accepting for him is Richard Ellington Lewis. Is Mr. Lewis here? Then I will read the words from Mr. Lewis, and when he arrives, we will make sure he gets this medal. Thank you very much for allowing me to be part of honoring the great Leroy Foster, whom I consider the father of all African-American realist painters in Detroit. His art remains the embodiment of excellence, married to purpose and an undying love for his people. The late Leroy Foster. Tyree Guyton. Accepting for him is his wife and partner and force of nature herself, Janine Whitfield. From Tyree and Janine, we are pleased to accept this acknowledgement by the City of Detroit for the contributions made by the Heidelberg Project to the arts community and to the economic vitality of Detroit, the state of Michigan, and beyond. The Heidelberg Project is uniquely Detroit. Unique it is, and we thank you for your service. Perfect. Vera Heidelberg. Accepting for Vera Heidelberg is Roger Yap. From Vera Heidelberg, thank you for establishing this important award for the City of Detroit. I am so honored to be recognized today for my contributions, and those contributions, of course, were to the Classical Roots concerts that are now a staple of the Detroit Symphony Orchestra. Vera Heidelberg. Thank you. Deborah White Hunt. From Deborah White Hunt, I would like to thank God and the City of Detroit, specifically Rochelle Riley and the Office of Arts, Culture, and Entrepreneurship, for the vision to create this award to honor our amazing Detroit citizens. Detroit artists and creatives are second to none, and I am honored and humbled to be among the inaugural class of the prestigious ACE Honors. I want to thank my family, my husband Bruce Hunt, who is here, the Detroit Windsor Dance Academy family, my Delta Sigma Theta sorors, and all those who have danced into my life with their ongoing support and genuine love. Deborah White Hunt. Sydney James could not be with us today, but let's give her a hand. One of the premier muralists in the country. She is completing a very prestigious fellowship in New York. So on her behalf, the city accepts this award, who has brought national renown to our city and who did The Girl with the Diamond Earring on the side of Chroma, which has gained international attention. Artist Lane, the Artist Lane. And from Miss Lane, I want to thank Detroit ACE for honoring my lifelong accomplishments as an artist, which began right here in Detroit with my first important commission from Black Bottom's own Gotham Hotel, and continue as I currently work on a 12-foot sculpture at Collected Detroit to be installed in Los Angeles next year. And she is doing this at, I don't want to get it wrong, 94? Oh, yeah. Okay, just want to make sure. Give that a hand, 94. This award is especially meaningful to me because after a considerable time away, it signifies that I'm once again a part of this city's vibrant arts community. Thank you, Detroit ACE. Artist Lane. Thank you so much. Let's get that photo. The late Charles McGee. Accepting for him is his daughter, April McGee. And from April, it's an honor to receive this medal on behalf of my father, Charles McGee, who passed away on February 6, 2021. My sister, family, and I appreciate the City of Detroit and supporters for acknowledging his achievements in the arts. He loved the Detroit creative community and said, "Detroit really has been heaven for me. It has given me dignity and treated me with respect. I'm astounded by my father's pursuits of new vistas, intelligence, insight, and generosity. He once wrote, 'The creative mind continues always to test the parameters of conventional knowledge, forever in pursuit of new vistas.' His extraordinary life in art is a model of continuity and change. My father was a teacher and mentor to thousands of young artists. He founded galleries and arts organizations, creating opportunities for others. His work has been commissioned and collected by institutions and individuals around the world, and he did it all with humility, reverence, and a sense of wonder at the power and triumph of art." Charles McGee. Take that picture. Carlos Nealbach. Woo! This from Carlos Nealbach, and this just in. My legacy is recognized best by supporting my Clock Tower project, which assisted me in making the Detroit Historical Recovery Authority a reality. Attention should be directed to the Can Art Handworks Master Plan development in Eastern Market. The city of Detroit has become home for me, and I love it and will continue to advocate for Detroit in my given capacity in the arts and master craftsmanship. Carlos Nealbach. The late Dudley Randall. Accepting for him will be Bill Sharon. And from Bill Sharon and his family, Dudley Randall's family and friends would like to thank Mayor Duggan and the City of Detroit Office of Arts, Culture, and Entrepreneurship for this recognition that will keep his legacy and that of the Broadside Press relevant. His love for literature and passion for poetry inspired him to create Broadside Press in 1965. It is the family's dream that his literary contributions continue to ignite and inspire the creative minds of future generations. The late Dudley Randall. The one and only Gretchen Valade. Accepting for her is Chris Collins, president of the Detroit Jazz Festival. From Gretchen Valade, I am honored to be one of the inaugural ACE Award winners and play a role in supporting and propagating the artistry, legacy, and traditions that bind jazz to the Detroit culture. We are fortunate to live in a city that recognizes the importance of the arts, values the historical contributions of artists and arts organizations, and inspires new generations of those seeking creativity and individualisms. Artists record our history, promote cultural evolution, and celebrate the gifts of communication, collaboration, access, and inclusion. I am honored to be a part of it all. Thank you. Gretchen Valade. Marilyn Wheaton, who will be accepted by Janine Whitfield. Marilyn was heartbroken that she couldn't be here, but she sent this message. My lengthy career in the arts and cultural sector of Michigan and Detroit has been profoundly rewarding. I have worked with artists and nonprofit cultural organizations around the state, every one of them bringing a unique and meaningful perspective to my life. This recognition from the city of Detroit is the most rewarding for two reasons. My life has been integral to Detroit's cultural community since I became a resident 45 years ago, and I know personally or the contributions of all of today's exceptional awardees. Marilyn Wheaton. Shirley Woodson, who is also Shirley Woodson Reed. Shirley Woodson has always let her art speak for her, so from her she simply said, "Thank you very much for the ACE Award from the City of Detroit. I deeply appreciate this honor." And I am very honored to give an ACE Award to the first official city historian of Detroit, Jamon Jordan, who has already made a huge contribution to city history. And from Jamon Jordan, he said, "I would like to first thank my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ for blessing me with the opportunity to teach and tell Detroit's rich history. I would like to thank the mayor for appointing me to do for the city what I have been doing for years. I want to thank Rochelle Riley, and I want to thank all of the people, especially Detroiters, who brought me in to give a lecture, sit on a panel, write an essay, teach a class, give a keynote, or lead a tour." And he's done all those things in the past 2 weeks. I love you all, and thank you all, Detroit. Jamon Jordan. And our final medal is for the Kresge Foundation. And I thank the Kresge Foundation, as well as the Ford Foundation and every foundation that I know is going to give the city money, because they were there at the very beginning to make sure that the Office of Arts, Culture, and Entrepreneurship had a start. Wendy Lewis Jackson, who is a valuable and powerful steward of the Detroit part of Kresge, could not be here today. So I will be accepting that award on her behalf and taking it to her personally. So thank you very much to the Kresge Foundation. After this, the mayor and I are going to join you all for a quick group photo. And then I will remind you that the ACE Honors Show, which, like the Kennedy Center Honors, is going to be an amazing thing in the years to come, is going to be seen on Channel 22 in the city, on Channel 900 in the state, on our city's Facebook page, and on our city's YouTube page. That's tonight at 7 o'clock. It will also be on the Fox 2 website following an interview that I have with Root Raj, so I want to thank Fox 2 for that. Mr. Mayor, I'm just going to jump right in. The script says the mayor will bring me back for the State of the Arts, but he doesn't have to do that. This is the first State of the Arts address. This is not the state of the city, which is an amazing and powerful reminder of all that is going on well in Detroit, which the mayor knocked out of the park a few weeks ago. This is just a reminder of who we are. So I'm going to tell you, 2 weeks ago, I received a letter from Lille, France, from a cultural student doing an English paper on the city of Detroit and the Namdi Center for Contemporary Art on Forest Avenue, from Lille, France. In March, Jessica Care-Moore and Daughters of Betty hosted some of the top rock musicians in the world for Black Women Rock. It happened at the Wright Museum, which is also hosting the latest Tutankhamun exhibit. In February, Mayor Mike Duggan and hundreds of Detroiters converged in the Big Apple for Detroit Night on Broadway because a record number of Detroiters were producing or performing in shows on the Great White Way, which that night was the Great Black Way. They were there at the Samuel Friedman Theater to celebrate Dominique Morisseau, who is at the top of Broadway royalty and whose name should be household. And she is here with us today, so thank you, my friend. This theater season, Dominique, a Tony Award nominee and MacArthur genius, literally became the first Black woman to have 2 shows running on Broadway simultaneously. It was Skeleton Crew and Ain't Too Proud. And let me tell you, Ain't Too Proud I could see 9 times, and we were dancing in the aisles. She shortly thereafter debuted a 3rd show, Confederates. And she has come home to Detroit to work on a major project that ACE is helping with, but is hers to announce, so don't ask me today, but I'm so excited. In December, the Ralph Wilson Foundation committed $100 million to 11 arts organizations, including the Symphony and the DIA, for endowments that would generate operating money for decades to come. And through June, the DIA, one of the most important museums in the world, is exhibiting the work of Shirley Woodson, one of their honorees and one of our honorees. Miss Woodson is 85 years old, so she's in her genius prime. And later this month, my office, thanks to the mayor and the American Rescue Plan Act dollars, will announce a major neighborhood transformation project called City of Beauty that will see color rise across the city and development happen in unprecedented ways, ways that artists have asked for and ways that fit with the mayor's sincere, and I mean talk about it every day, plan to make this city beautiful. No, I'm not going to tell you the details today because today belongs to our honorees, but that announcement is coming. And about today's honorees, the Detroit Council of the Arts, which the mayor will be announcing soon, will choose 5 recipients of ACE Honors Medals every year, just like the Kennedy Center does. And it will be a ceremony that is a joyful celebration of lifetime excellence and will become one of the biggest galas you can imagine because COVID cannot keep us down. All of this is happening in Detroit. So let me tell you, if it's happening, it happens in Detroit. I don't care what it is. We have everything here. So that's the T-shirt. If it's happening in Detroit. So here's my question. Why don't we act like it? Why don't we embrace the truth that everyone outside Detroit knows, that a teenager in Lille, France wrote to interview me about? When COVID-19 hit, Seattle residents immediately gave $1 million to the arts. A week later, New York raised $112 million in a single night to sustain its creative arts industry because it and those residents know that while the city government bakes the bread, the entire city must make sure it's buttered. In a few weeks, my office will announce a major funding strategy to not only sustain creative arts, but to make sure it's one that means our children who are artists or want to be artists can stay in Detroit and be brilliant instead of going to New York or Atlanta or Seattle or Austin or Cleveland, for God's sakes. Now, I'm not knocking Cleveland. You know, everybody used to make Cleveland jokes, but Cleveland's got the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and a chandelier over their theater district, so don't mess with Cleveland. We are Detroit. We are the best. We created the best, from Motown to movement, from hip-hop to techno, from an international Black Theater Olympiad that saw Detroit host companies from around the world in the 1960s, and I want to do that again, to D-Electricity, which lit up Midtown, from Robert Duncanson, who excelled in the 1800s, to Karis Gadsden, a 10-year-old whose work sells for thousands of dollars in 2022 and it will be the subject of a new ACE exhibit that's going to be in a new children's museum that I'm not going to talk about today because today is about the honorees. But prepare your hearts and your checkbooks. So Detroit is great. I mean, really great. So why don't we see it? Make it make sense, as my friend Malia likes to say. Or instead of that, let's make it true. So as we make announcements in the next few weeks, that will knock your socks off. And if you don't wear socks, it'll knock you off your feet. I want all of us to get excited and embrace the things to come. I want you to embrace the pride that America has in our city, a pride that we sometimes forget. So let's stick out our chests, let's be bold in our excitement about our fine and performing artists, about our arts organization, about this rising new generation of genius that is answering the call of opportunity rising and saying, I plan to take part. These young people literally are our future, so either we can just sit on our laurels and wait till everybody's gone, or we can make sure that they can do what Artist Lane is still doing at 94, that Shirley Woodson is still doing at 85, that Karis Gaston has started at age 10. And when ACE comes back at you to tell you it's time for us to put our money where our talent is, let's make sure we do it. Let's make sure that if it's happening anywhere, it's happening in Detroit. Congratulations to our honorees. They are wonderful, and they've been doing it for a long time. You can watch the ACE Honors program that details their fabulousness at 7 p.m. tonight on City Channel 22, on Comcast Channel 900, and on the Fox 2 website. And I'll be talking with anchor Root Raj about that this afternoon, so don't miss that. Thank you for all you've done to make the Office of Arts, Culture, and Entrepreneurship and to make an embrace of arts real in the city. And I want to thank our patrons in particular, Kresge, Ford, Gary Torgau, who is a friend and is always there, Pamela Alexander, who has left the Ford Foundation. If you check Google, you'll see her new job, but who still plans to support her lovely Detroit. Darian Hudson from United Way, who has given us volunteers from the Belle Isle Memorial to anything I asked her to do last week. Sandy Pierce and Cynthia and Edsel Ford, and Carla Walker Miller, who literally will write a check anytime I say we need to do something. It's for the kids, it's for the arts, she's there. We're going to be celebrating this greatness all year long. I want us all to celebrate together. Thank you. Okay. As my grandfather used to say when he came home from work, I've done all that I can do. Thank you so much for being here with us today. Congratulate each other, and be sure and watch the program tonight at 7. You're going to love it. Thank you. Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, the group picture. Thank you. See, I told you, Mike Duggan doesn't miss anything. We want to get all of our honorees up really quickly for a group picture with the mayor. If you can just join us here with the photographer just for a second.